Master your money, free your future. Welcome to Budget for Life. My name is Jeremy. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm a financial advisor, but this video is not financial advice. In this video, I want to share one more reason why we know that GameStop is treating digital Power Packs or Power Packs LLC, I should say, as a joint venture partnership, an equity investment, not a subsidiary within GameStop's operations, not included within GameStop's Q3 revenue and expenses, not included within GameStop's inventory, but actually recorded as a non-current asset. I'm going to dive into it. One more reason why we know this is the case. Before I do, thank you to those who have subscribed to the channel. Right now, we are taking subscribers in to the Pokey Sub Club, scaling Mount Fuji together all the way to 3776 is our next sub target. Also, thank you to those who have joined the channel as fans getting awesome perks, discounted merch, or as friends getting access to my client communication and GameStop spreadsheet. I appreciate the support, and all the earnings go to DRS Book GME shares. So thank you a lot. So here's one more reason why we know that GameStop is treating PowerPacks as a separate operating entity, not a part of GameStop's operations. So it checks out from all sorts of angles. But today we're going to focus in right here, GameStop's graded card inventory. So what is this chart? Okay, we'll revisit this back in, or I guess at the end of this quarter. But this is someone who has logged every morning what amount of cards are available for sale, amount of graded cards on GameStop's website. And what do we see here at the end of Q2 and at the end of Q3? A huge drop off in cards. Now we know statistically these are not sales. Okay, it is not like you can see when they sell cards, they sell 10 or 50 or 100. GameStop cannot sell, like at the end of Q3, this was 6,600 cards that got wiped from their marketplace. We know that those weren't sold. Okay, they didn't sell 6,600 cards overnight. That would be crazy. And is it coincidental that this drop off happens right before quarter end both times? Okay. I also, when I first saw this, I thought they must be taking these cards and wrapping them up into their physical power packs, right? The boxes that they release in stores sometimes, which the physical power packs maybe is happening within their operations. I'm not sure. But that's also not the case as it relates to this because physical power packs actually happened before this drop off happened at the end of Q3. So these aren't donations to contributions to the physical power pack boxes. These are being swept into digital power packs. Now, digital power packs, okay, how is that accounted for within GameStop? Basically, when they contribute cards, it's considered non-store related SG&A. When you look at those 6,600 cards that they contributed, if the average card value is anywhere from 55 to 65, which is really the best estimate we have um, based on what's it called? um, Courtyard, Courtyard's median sales, right? The 6,600 cards would, as a result, value in a zero point 0.4 million increase in non-store related SG&A. Quarter over quarter, we did literally see a $0.4 million increase in non-store related SG&A. Now, if you, the other option is, so these weren't just sold overnight. These weren't just taken off their website, right? It doesn't make sense for GameStop as a retailer to just say, oh, we're not going to list these for sale anymore, right? We're just going to hide them. We're just going to keep them in the back. There's no way we're going to sell them, right? There's no reason why GameStop would say, we're no longer interested in selling this inventory. We're just going to abruptly removed it all and then just and then what, right? So they're not just taking it off their website for no reason. They're also not selling that many cards in one night randomly at the end of each quarter. There's really one option, which is these cards are being moved into digital power packs. So then the question is digital power packs within their core operations, or is digital power packs a joint venture equity investment? And I would say the evidence is in many ways that it's a joint venture equity investment. But when you look at this specific factor, if if digital power packs is a part of GameStop's core operations, then that means the inventory of digital power packs is listed within GameStop's inventory. In other words, the way that GameStop accounts for their inventory as it relates to their financials would be the same. So this basically, if digital power packs is within GameStop's operations, there is no reason for GameStop to do this, particularly not at the very end of a reporting period, right? Right before reporting. Why would two times in a row, right before reporting, GameStop move inventory from their graded card marketplace to digital power packs? Right? That doesn't make sense. There's no particular incentive for that to happen. So if you think that digital power packs is a part of GameStop's core operation, then your argument is that these transfers to digital power packs happening at the end of each quarter is totally coincidental, that there's no rhyme or reason to it, because there would be no accounting benefit to doing this. Whereas if these are contributions to digital power packs, which is not a part of GameStop's operations, then the way these cards are accounted for are meaningfully different. This would take the cards out of GameStop's operating inventory and move it into GameStop's non-current asset, which, by the way, after declining again for years, quarters on quarters, right? Other non-current assets, right? Another $15 million decline year over year before May has officially begun climbing the past two quarters. Why? Again, because the non-current asset is where GameStop is accounting for their digital power packs. Regardless, let's focus in on this one in this video. If you think digital power packs is a part of GameStop's operating activities, what do you argue as it relates to GameStop moving thousands and thousands and thousands of cards into digital power packs right before each reporting period? And if this happens again and again, right? Obviously, once materiality is reached, we will see the numbers. And if the numbers are in a footnote, okay, then there's like the confirmation will come pretty soon within the next year. But until then, right, all we have is all the evidence that we have. And this is just one more angle, one more piece of evidence that digital power packs is non-operating, because the way that GameStop is handling their activity, their inventory activity, indicates that they are accounting for digital power packs meaningfully differently, incentivizing them to do these inventory dumps at quarter end and keeping their core inventory, their store inventory, right? Keeping the graded cards basically net neutral for GameStop's reported inventory values. And they're able to do that because digital power packs is not reported within their operating inventory. So they can accumulate, dump, 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 accumulate, dump, 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 without their reported inventory growing and growing and growing, and people wondering, oh no, what's happening with GameStop's inventory? Right? They're getting too bloated. Are they having trouble selling stuff? Right? They can move it into digital power packs inventory, revenue, operating expenses, all off of GameStop's business, operating inventory, revenue, expenses, etc. Okay, so like I said, if you disagree, then why is this happening? Right? Is it coincidence or do you have any logical explanation? Because I think if there is a logical explanation, it's probably the logical explanation, right? All right, that's all I got for y'all on this one. I will see you in the next one.